So here we are. Saw this yesterday at the store, my local coffee shop, and it's been gnawing at me all day. Oh, it's a flag in the form of a bandana. First, it's not proportional, but that's not my problem. My problem is what's down here in the bottom corner. Right? Funny. Haha. Big laugh. Well, this has just been bugging me, so yeah, I figured there's something that's not fair about this. Basically, not to be too long-winded, but we're here. We fund this system. It's an unhealthy system because our federal government lacks the fiscal restraints needed. So what do? We issue IOUs in the form of treasury notes, which are then snapped up by, among others, those who have profited from our consumption-based economy and are profiting from our unwillingness or lack of restraint in those policies. So then what do? We spend irresponsibly, then we go running back to the very people who make our behaviors continue. A very unhealthy relationship. We can't even make our own flags. So anyhow, myself as an employer, if I wanted to bring somebody here, what the Immigration and Customs Enforcement call a foreign national, if I wanted to bring him here to do a specific skill, I can sponsor him. But in order to sponsor him, I first must file an I-40, and I've printed out the application for sponsorship of a foreign national. Before an I-40 can be, I'm reading directly from the application. Before an I-40 can be filed, labor certification must be filed and approved in most categories. Labor certification, where applicable, certifies that there are not sufficient workers who are willing, qualified, and available at the time and place where the alien is to be employed, and that employment of the alien, if qualified, will not adversely affect the wages and working conditions of similarly employed U.S. workers. So I have to jump through these hoops to bring a foreign national here to do a job. I think the corporations that import manufactured goods should go through those same requirements. So they need to prove, somebody who's importing things from China, Indonesia, Mexico, all over the world, they need to prove that we can't manufacture those same items here. These corporations we're providing a home, and this is a country of laws and safety that provides, but they're profiting that, and at the same time they're not paying back into the system. It's just absolutely not fair. What we need to do is obviously get back into manufacturing, to increase the manufacturing. I think it's 5 to 7% of our GDP now. But we need to, manufacturing has a calming effect on our economy, and we need to get back up there to a solid 20, 30% and get away from those the temptations of speculative investments and speculative markets, whether they be bizarre financial instruments, investing in speculative bubbles such as technology and real estate, or whatever the next great idea that comes along, which it will. Money will flow. You can't blame the money. It's going to go to where it thinks it can make a profit. But if we had a manufacturing base, a respectable manufacturing base, it would take us through these dips and valleys that are coming, it seems like, every other month. So that's my diatribe for the morning. But basically, we just have to keep these companies. They have to prove that American workers can't do these jobs. We have to have the willpower in our politics to uphold that and to break this unhealthy connection with our budget deficits and to those people who are who are making it possible. That's it.